That's all I have for FGC news.
Okay.
I do want to just take a little bit of opportunity just to talk about my weekend this weekend.
Yes, please. Yeah.
I went to the Classic Tetris World Championships this weekend, which took place in Portland, Oregon at the Oregon Convention Center during the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. So it's literally an expo. So they started this tournament back in 2010, I believe it was, and in 2012, just through chance meetings, like one of the main guys who was running the event ran into one of the guys who ran the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Was like, why don't you hold it at our event? And they were like, ding, light bulb went off. And yeah, it's pretty much like the main kind of like spectator event thing to watch over there. They have panels and all these other things over there, but I got to go there. I got to do commentary for Tetris the Grandmaster. I got to do commentary for classic NES Tetris.
Saw that too.
Man,
it looked awesome.
This weekend was like the James weekend. Like, okay. I'm serious. Like, I am just sad that I did not go previous years now. Because it's at the Portland Retro. Dude, I got to play these old ass games. Dude, I mean, I wish I wish I could like show you, like I could do the slideshow thing where I could show all the photos. But like they had a video game museum where this guy just had these giant clear walls of nothing but 2,600 boxes. Atari 2,600 boxes, and I was looking at them. I was like, I had that one. Oh my god,
Sick.
I had that one. Oh my god, dude, they have Sword Quest Waterworld. Oh my god, like, and then like they were selling Intellivisions. I was so close to buying an Intellivision and like a ColecoVision and stuff just to have them because I've never owned those things.
Same.
Like that event could have been bad for me.
Financially, yeah.
Yeah, that could have been really, really bad for me, but it was so cool. It was really, really cool, and the Tetris stuff was amazing. And like, dude, it's crazy because it's even eye opening. Because like I thought, like a lot of the players when they were playing NES Tetris, they were just super good. But then you find out that there's even this weird execution techniques in that game too. That like normally if you hit left on the controller, it goes boop, like that. But you can trick the game into maintaining that the whole entire the fast pace the entire time. So when pieces come in, they immediately slide. So on the higher levels, you can get things to the edge. So there's like this weird technique that some players just manipulate it and can maintain it for the whole game and stuff. Or you know where you can let go and then re-establish it. It's called DAS, D-A-S, like dash advance something or other like that. But like. There's just
That's
like
cool,
the game is way more complex than I thought it was going to be, but I'm totally inspired. I need to get into this.
Yeah.
So like I need to play all this stuff. But it was really fun. I had a really great time there, and yeah, God, I swear it was like the James convention.
Well, I watched some of the Tetris commentary, and I thought it was really interesting. It was fun and interesting, and who was the guy you commentated the NES stuff with?
Chris Tang.
Yeah, he was really knowledgeable.
Yeah, and Chris Tang, interestingly enough, played like in the very first Street Fighter II Sunnyvale Golfland tournament ever.
Did you know him?
Third place. I did not know him from before, but he was at B3, so we could have easily met each other.
How about that?
He was talking about a lot of, and dude, a lot of the guys there were like big video game fans and everything. So
sure,
I mean, I was definitely. You know, they were really welcoming, and it was really exciting, and it was very cool.
I meant to ask about the Boom
Tetris for blah.
Is there a thing about that?
It's just something that Chris Tang just started to do, and now it's his catchphrase, so he just does it all the time now. Yeah. Okay. God, if Erika could do Tetris the Grandmaster 4, that'd be great. But I mean, it's interesting to see a lot of situations because there was a couple of Japanese players who came over, and so they were like some of the favorites to like take out Jonas, who has won 6 classic Tetris World Championships, and remember it started in 2010, right? So
right,
6 out of 7. But now I think he's won like 7 out of 8 or something like that. So he won this year, so he's got 7 now. I mean, this guy is ridiculous.
Yeah, he was great.
The Japanese players got upset early on.
They
won Tetris. Let me tell you about Tetris the Grandmaster here. So Kevin DDR and the 2 Japanese players and a 4th player made it to grand final to the final round.
Okay.
And what they do is they play 3 rounds, and this one has nothing to do with score. It's just who can get to Grandmaster the fastest. Mm-hmm. So it's just a race to get to Grandmaster. And you guys have watched AGDQ, and you see him trying to get to Grandmaster on Tetris the Grandmaster. It's really hard, right? Yeah. And 10 minutes is considered like if you can get sub 10 as your personal best, you are good. Right? It's usually like 10 minutes and 20 seconds or whatever like that, and that's what they usually get. They play round 1, they play round 2. between the 4 players, whoever gets there first gets 4 points, then 2 points, then 1 point, then 0 points.
Okay.
After 2 rounds, it was not decided. It was not obvious who could win. It could go any way on the 3rd round.
Okay. Was it 3 rounds total?
3 rounds total. It got to the 3rd round, and I shit you not, this will never happen again. This will never happen again. But it was getting so down to the wire. And pretty much Kevin DDR and the 2 Japanese players. So the 4th player, unfortunately, got 0 points first 2 rounds, right? So he was kind of out of the equation. But the other 3 were like neck and neck at the very end. And they all Grandmastered within 0.40 seconds of each other.
What?
Less than a second. It was grand.
Oh,
Less than a second apart. They all Grandmastered in the exact order that caused it so that the score was 7-7-7. So that they were all tied after the 3rd round.
What?
And so they actually had to go back to the tapes to find everyone's time for the tiebreaker to add everyone's time up together.
Yeah.
And first to second was separated by less than 15. First to third was separated less than 15 seconds.
That's crazy.
And they all had sub 10s. All 3 rounds, all 3 of those players had sub 10 Grandmaster speeds. It was the most ridiculous thing.
That's cool.
When it completed, everyone was like, "What? Like what? How? No!" And it was funny because one of the Japanese players didn't even realize what happened. He thought he had Grandmastered first.
Sure.
And after you Grandmaster, you can keep playing as the credits go. So he's sitting there playing, and he's just looking. He's playing. He's looking.
He thought everybody else was still going.
Yeah, and then he looked, and then all of a sudden you see him go like this, like he was like, but one of the Japanese players actually ended up winning. So it was Japan, Kevin DDR got 3rd, and Kevin was like, "I'm not even mad about this." Yeah. He was like, to have it end up that way, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was awesome. It was great.
So cool.
But the classic, man, I got they had an after party on Sunday, and we were all just hanging out. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm talking all this really geeky Tetris stuff with people, this, and I really like how Grandmaster Versus sends garbage pieces because it's blah blah. Dude, I got to geek out on Tetris stuff so much.
That's awesome,
it was awesome, dude. I had a great time. Yeah,
That's cool.
Actually, there is a stream archive of this. If you just go to twitch.tv/classic Tetris, they're also going to put it onto youtube.com/classic Tetris. So all that stuff is going to be there eventually as well. So
cool.
It was great, dude. I had a great time. They all asked me do you want to come back next year? And I'm totally down. I mean, and again, this, they don't you want to talk grassroots. These guys are definitely not even trying to say anything mean about them, but I definitely spent way more money going there than I made, you know what I mean? But that's expected, right? Yeah, I had no expectation otherwise. I wanted to go because I wanted to have a good time there, and I love it. And dude, I feel like it's gotten to the point right now where this could be. They need to just start thinking about because you could tell talking to a lot of them, they're we want to grow this bigger, we want more esports. Dude, they should just start throwing the Evo for puzzle games. Literally, they should have NES Classic Tetris. They should have TGM. They should have Puyo Puyo Tetris because then the Tetris company will be more on board. Put in Magical Drop so Justin can win that apparently as well. Okay. Put in Puzzle Fighter. Put in Bust a Move. If they can just start.
That sounds really cool, man.
Yeah, and dude, even the guy who ran, one of the guys who runs it, this guy named Trey. The way that he does it is that he actually pipes the feed of all 4 Nintendos. They're played on legit Nintendo. Yeah. But he reads the output of it and redraws it in HD in his own display. What? So that he can even display point differentials, and he'll count the number of line pieces, and if it starts to be a drought, all of a sudden the drought number will start showing up on screen, so he can put them all 4 on display, and they're green screen on the side, so the player cameras are there. It is, this wild. Guy is crazy. He is doing some crazy stuff, dude.
That's crazy.
He literally is taking the inputs and reprocessing them into his own display to stream. It's pretty sick, dude. They're doing some cool stuff there. Dude.
Dang, all right.
But yeah,
well, I definitely got to go back and watch the Grandmaster. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, and I saw that there was a little video sent over by the creator of Tetris.
Yeah, Pajitnov actually got the hard part about it, honestly. And I was talking about this to the Tetris people. It's like the NES Classic Tetris is its own beast. Like, most Tetris players consider it to be the true Tetris because there's just no hand-holding in this game. You can't slide pieces, you only get one preview, there's no hold, and like there's literally a kill screen. You get to level 29 and like it's basically unplayable, although like 4 people have gotten to level 30 or something like that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, but that's considered so there's actually a time limit. Like you have to beat the other person's score before you reach level 29 or you're done.
Right.
So there's this kind of weird looming time limit on there and everything. But the problem with it is, like, I want to stream it. I literally have to bust out my Nintendo and my Tetris card. Like, there's no way for anyone to get into it. And in fact, we had player profiles for everyone, and most of them skewed pretty old. A lot of them were mid-30s, some of them were early 40s, late 30s. There's no young people playing this because they just don't have access to this, right? And so there's a lot of interesting situations for this community that that they're trying to figure out. Yeah. And of course, the Tetris company, very similar situations. They want things to be very, like, they're super OCD. Like, Tetris pieces have to be certain colors. You have to have these certain rules and all these things like that. And NES Tetris doesn't fall under any of those rules. So are they okay with people promoting this, or will they release like a updated, and NES Tetris HD, on another system or something? So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. So
yeah, mid-30s is super old,
dude. Yes, trust me,
super old.
So, I think it would be super cool. I think it would be super cool if we could all do this, if we could make this into something bigger. So
I think it's great, man. I hope it goes well.
Yeah.
It's certainly fun to watch.
Yeah, even one player from Finland named Jani, Jani, who apparently just does nothing but eat, sleep, and drink Tetris. But apparently their Evo 37 video involves him.
Oh,
just
really?
Look up Jani, Yanni Go Super Saiyan.
Okay.
And just watch that video.
Okay, we'll do.
It's pretty entertaining. Pretty entertaining. And then watch Yanni. He's going to be obviously the one that does something funny. And then after you watch it, go back and watch the other player for a little while.
Okay, we'll do.
It's pretty funny. So.
All right.
Well, but yeah, obviously I'm getting really excited about the whole thing because, like I said, I just had a fantastic time. They had a lunch break between top 32 and top 8, and I was like, all right, I'll go check out more of the con before I go and actually eat something, right? And then I ran into a Discs of Tron machine, and then that was it. That was my lunch break because that was my jam. That game,
really?
Oh my god, I used to play that game so much. But what's cool too, because I saw like Lord BBH is a fighting game player. Yeah. I ran into him over there because he lives in the area.
Okay.
Like I played him in Marvel Superheroes at E3 before E3 was big for grand finals of a Capcom booth tournament.
That's funny.
But like Ebonic Plague was there. He was doing commentary for a Smash tournament over there. Irene Lee Wave was selling. She did the Meowville versus Capcom stuff, and she was there selling stuff at the venue as well. So there, there was like I saw Zero Chan there. She was like trying to write some articles and everything like that. So I saw a lot of fighting game people there as well.
Sick.
Too. It's really cool. Yeah, it's exciting.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad you had a good time.
Jani Yanni Jani Yanni Goes Super Saiyan. Yeah, take a look for that video. So. But there you go. So that was a lot of fun. I did go up there. I forgot to check the weather reports. I went up there with no long sleeve clothes, no hoodie, and it rained.
Ooh.
I found a hoodie there. I bought it. They saved my life, and I left the hoodie on the plane.
Oh, jeez, what a time.
I'm gonna try to call United and they have like a missing item form. I'm gonna fill it out, see if they have it. I'll see if I can get it bad, but okay.
Can it really be accurate that somebody who is alive enough in the world to be typing on our internet chat right now?
Wait, say that again?
Can it really be somebody is alive enough and aware enough in the world to be typing on our chat and was born in the year, and whose dad was born in the year of 1983? Can that be possible?
Did someone actually say that on here?
Somebody said that their dad is born in 1983 and that they are somehow old enough to be typing on an internet chat. Crazy times. I can't believe it. Well, how old am I right now?
I'm older than that.
I'm 30.
I'm definitely older than that. Well, okay, let's think about this.
34.
If you were born in 83,
Yeah.
that means you are, what, 34 right now. And if you had a kid when you were 21, they'd be 13 years old right now. So if you had a kid very early on, sure.
I guess 13-year-olds can type. That's true. When I was 13, I could type. I was being a weirdo in AOL chats at 13.
Man.
Super weirdo. Oh boy. I am so glad that those days were not in the public Twitter sphere.
Dude.
That would have been, there are some benefits to being like on the cusp of the digital age and not fully into the old new millennium.
I don't have enough time to do anything like this, so I wanted to create like a secret Twitter account called Ancient FGC Twitter.
Okay.
And actually just like type out people's Twitter comments complaining about old school games and stuff like that, because I thought that would have been hilarious. But
doesn't that exist?
No, but like I actually wanted to make up like comments how people would have complained about it back then as they are now, but I never got a chance to do that. But I think that would have been funny to do.
I didn't do LiveJournal. I didn't do that stuff, but yeah, I was definitely a little weird kid on my various internet forums. I was on a Warcraft 3 forum. I guess that was all. It was later, but
Warcraft 3 was not
that
even
was
that long
later.
ago, right?
That was later.
I was already out of
that was
out of college. And
yeah, I was in college, so
yeah.
I guess it was like AOL chat rooms, and then the first forum that I was on was there was a forum for the California chapter of the Youth in Government YMCA Youth in Government.
This doesn't
thing,
sound
which I was part of.
As geeky as I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Really, YMCA Youth in Government doesn't sound like it's geeky to you. It was basically a model government that we did up in Sacramento every year.
That's right.
And so there'd be like somebody who was like elected governor of the fake, government we were doing. And then there were the senators, state senators, there was the assembly people, there were the reporters. One year I was an assemblyman, and so I introduced like something like ban all guns amendment. I don't know, whatever. And then I was also the next year I was the editor of the statewide newspaper's opinion section. So I was I did that for a while. Which was a mistake on their part.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't feel like that sounds like a good idea at all.
It was hilarious. We had some of the funniest stuff. I assigned one of the writers to write a pro-capitalism article. Why should we keep capitalism? And then I did the communist section. And then when I didn't like, so you were pro-communist in that article. I mean, more or less.
So you could work for the government now. Anyways, continue.
Oh, okay. So the editor-in-chief didn't like some of the things that I was doing. Obviously. And so some of the other reporters and I basically banded together and we quit the statewide newspaper and we created our own newspaper. This is a totally true story. And we ended up selling it at the like statewide meeting that we had in Sacramento, which we were all there for a week. We like refused to do some of the actual writing that we were supposed to do, and instead we printed out like 500 copies of our own newspaper that we made and distributed them to people. And there was just some of the worst things that ever been written. Oh man!
How many did you sell?
We sold most of them, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. We were definitely big old nerds.
And you know what? Today, you would just create a blog.
Whew. Boy, that was a fun time.
You would just create a blog today, dude. Oh, man.
I remember one of the points of big difference between me and the editor was that I wanted to purposely make it so that all of the articles were skewed physically from where they were supposed to have been. Like, I wanted the layout to be purposely wrong. I'm telling you, it was the stupidest idea to make me the editor of anything. But
this is why you had the joystick that you cut holes and lines and stuff into, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely part of the same trend. There's no doubt. Why? I don't know. It's hilarious. I think that's funny. I still think that's funny. Although I might not quit my job over it. As I did back then.
Oh, man.
All right. Anyway, anything else to talk about?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm done. So, anything, I mean, probably chat doesn't really have anything in there for us, so. Okay. I'm good, unless you have anything else that you have.
I'm just glad that my internet troll days are hidden well in the past.
That's crazy, too, because the internet, usually you can find anything, right?
I mean, maybe it's possible, but, you know, you'd have to be quite the sleuth.
Dude, my favorite was when there was that one account that was tweeting out a different GeoCities page every day. Like,
wow.
They had the front page of
Yikes.
every GeoCities page, and then my X-Men vs. Street Fighter combo fact came up on
No
it.
way!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Someone actually linked me the tweet, and I was like, yes!
That's
dude,
so
I was
cool.
so proud of that site, dude, back then.
That's so cool.
I was so proud of that site. Oh my god, it's funny.
I'm not Scoop Newsman.
You kind of wish you were, though.
Well, there were definitely times when Scoop Newsman came out with things that I thought genius. I was
Right.
like, that's excellent work. But that actually makes me feel kind of sad for whoever was Scoop Newsman, because people kept attributing it to me, and whoever came up with funny stuff didn't get the credit. So.
Yeah, my homepage is still out there somewhere, too. It's pretty crazy in any case, so... All right, some people are going to have to go see if they can find the way back stuff from David Graham from the AOL modem days, so...
Well, you wouldn't be looking for David Graham, I can tell you that. you have to sleuth it out extra hard.
Oh, there you go.
Extra hard.
Okay. All right, cool. Anything else? You
No,
good?
I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Let's
All
play
right.
the old bird. Yeah. All right. Birdie.
Boom. Tetris.
Is that what that's from?
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Sorry, it's the CTWC. Oh, wrong one.
No, that's great. That's actually exactly like how my newspaper looks.
Actually, dude, that explains
That actually is exactly like
everything.
it. That's exactly
that
like it.
explains everything.
20 years
why
later.
this looks the way it does, and none of the things at the bottom are lined up and
No,
everything like that.
it's
oh
terrible.
my god. Oh, Jesus. Oh.